Hello and welcome back to the Forgotten City. So, we started the game last time, got to the city, looked around, and yeah, in this chest you can see there's some money. I am not gonna steal it. We did see what happened when you stole things, and yeah, we had to run away and go back to the portal, or yeah, essentially, or whatever. And interestingly, what I thought happened was that we went back to the present. But no, it resets the day essentially. Why are you up there? I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Do I need to ask Horatius to escort you out
Right.
of here? Get out, you hor-
Yeah.
On your best behavior. What now?
Was saying. Yeah. Essentially, it was his day, and I still had my money that I stole. So I kind of wonder if you can get away with stealing things and breaking the laws and all that junk without the world turning to gold, as long as you get back there and you know, in time. And I wonder if there's some kind of like alternate ending or something like that, because when I did that I got a new item, so maybe it leads to some other places I can't go normally. I don't know, maybe I'll get that thing, like it was like a what do you call it, a zip line, right? Yeah, maybe I'll get that anyway, I don't know, but who knows. But there might be differences if I do that, but right now I'm just gonna do the normal playthrough. It's not a long game apparently, it's only like 5 to 10 hours, depending on how much you want to do. So maybe I can do multiple endings if that's a thing, I don't know, I don't really know much. But anyway, we're gonna talk to this guy now.
I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughter, I should say, and the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
How did he end up here?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself, 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl, and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some genetricum fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
Some of that text was like in grey. Maybe it means it wasn't translated or something. Like it sounded like some kind of Latin. That's what you said this was. So maybe it's like some kind of words we can't understand, or I don't know. But I don't know what that means. What he has said there. I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Centilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
What can you tell me about the magistrate?
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
Do you know a way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
Can I see the citizen register?
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
Summary, register of each person in the city in alphabetical order. Okay. These are the people I can potentially talk to. I don't think I'm gonna read all these. But there you go. Oh, reading mode, huh? I was wondering if you could do something like that. I saw another thing that I couldn't like do something like this with. But they finally came with that one. That's weird.
Of course.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like 100-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
Saying in favor of it? Where I'm from, that would be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime.
A war crime? Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
That's messed up. I would have very different. I agree with you.
Your sort wouldn't last a week in the Legion.
Saying you in favor of it?
What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers in arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it, so railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. If you like.
Who are you going to vote for?
Not that it's any of your business, but my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius. Unfortunately, I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery and intimidation. The man's a savage, but he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should. Sentius knows about it, of course, but he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Can I help? That's too bad. Isn't that kind of weak?
I appreciate the thought, but you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon. In any case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings. All right?
Respect. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servants' problems. A moment fire made a burn, it smells like ash. So it's not super clear what you can actually look at. So I guess I just gotta look at all kinds of things. Produce ball. These guys are perilous, the web for more than orange carrots were cultivated.
Keep an eye out for Scintilla, would you?
First. Sculptor Fairies, the Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. Small vial containing a rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. Cosmetic jar, a price jar containing some sort of powder for makeup. Cynthia's journal. Cynthia believes everyone is entitled to the secrets. So, how do you... What did I... Okay, it's reversed, so going up and is down and out and down is up for some reason. It's a little confusing. But, I mean, I can just read that text too. It's a little hard to read maybe, but I could read that. But I think for my own convenience, just so it doesn't go, so it goes smoother, I'm gonna read using this. Dear diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister. The dutiful daughter, of course I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. I know you're reading this, father. Maybe young, but do not think me stupid. We all entitled to our secrets, Cynthia. Oh, yeah. I can create a time paradox. Leads, yeah. Complete an inventory. Right, how do you... There we go, that's how you use that again. Oh yeah, I wanted to know if something happened if you did that to someone, if you showed them future technology. And you can steal. Do I want to, you know, do that? Like, let's see.
That's some lamp. What now?
Okay.
I'm
Nope,
a
I
legionary
didn't.
of the
Nope,
Flag.
nope, nope. I didn't mean to do that. Fair enough.
All right.
What do you think?
That may be an impressive trinket, but you're still a barbarian.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah. Guess he could, you know, be like, oh, some kind of lamp, but special. You wouldn't immediately be like, whoa, what is that? That is some kind of crazy, freaking rich magic or something. No, I don't know if, you know, Romans would think that way. You know,
Best behavior, I trust.
don't really know much, to be honest, about this time period. How do I get out? Okay, there we go. Weird.
Citizen.
I don't think I need to talk to you right now. Alright, let's just look around a bit. You know, we didn't really see much. We just went to that guy's location. Stranger. Hello.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. I saw you having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. If he's making a last-ditch effort to pick up votes by talking to a woman, he's even more senile than I thought. Everyone knows women can't vote.
Thanks for the warm welcome. How's it going now? We weren't talking about the election.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I don't want in trouble. I don't care about the election. I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am.
Good. Then stay out of it. Nobody likes Caput Murday foreigners interfering in an election.
Yeah, that's like untranslated or something. Or maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know Latin, so I can't say for certain if it's Latin or like. But he specifically said that we were speaking Latin before. How that works? How we suddenly know Latin? Why some are untranslated? I don't know. Then, like, if we can suddenly understand Latin, why can't we understand all of it? I don't really know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe it will be a twin, maybe it won't. Fine. Mind if I ask questions? Wait, where are we going now?
Can't hurt.
What's your story?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus? You go through me.
I like to meet Meliodas. Why are you just like Gladiator?
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
Fair enough. Okay, but you're nowhere near an arena.
You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
Oh. Is that what I am now? I don't know what it means, but I don't like the sound of it. Do you know way out of here?
When Malleolus wins the election, yeah? This place will change. You won't even want to leave. You'll see.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think it's gone on long enough. And Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Sounds great. Can I help him some way? How's he going to do that? Not sure I believe that.
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Why can't you tell me now?
Because if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that. Old man Sentius got you already, did he? Well, I'm not talking to people in his faction. Confatuare.
Is that all I can do now?
What's in Coolio Mio?
Okay. Well. Huh?
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Yes, why? I wasn't, but now I am.
Contrary little cap at murder, aren't you?
Why shouldn't I go down there?
Nobody's told you about Hannibal. Ugh. Why do I have to do everything round here? So, there was this guy called Hannibal, right? Funny accent. Used to go down into the cisterns looking for junk he could clean up and sell. One day, a few weeks back, he comes out and tells me the cisterns are haunted. Said he could hear spirits wailing. Of course, nobody believed him, because who trusts a Carthaginian, right? Anyway, a few days later, he goes back in. And hours go by, and he hasn't come back out, yeah? So I go down after him, and it's dark. But in the distance, I can just make out his body, sprawled out on the ground, and hunched over him was something that made my blood run cold. No word of a lie, I saw a creature. Like the corpse of a man who'd been flayed, and it was eating Hannibal.
What did you do? When I broke the Golden Rule? This all sounds pretty implausible. Why would it have approved me? That's what I wanted, but I don't think it would have.
If it was a man, maybe. But I swear on my life this was no man. More like a Strix, or some Versipelus that feeds on human flesh. I didn't stick around to see which.
What did you do?
What any sane person would have done. I legged it out of there and put a sign at the door to warn the others.
That's a great story, but I'm still going down now. Maybe I'll give it a miss. I mean...
Without a weapon? Well, it's your funeral.
Well, maybe I'll go there when I get a weapon. Because I don't think I can fight yet without one. Thank you. So again, they appears to be made from soot and water. Right, we've seen that kind of thing already. It's kind of dark. That whisper again. What that's all about. Looks like a note. Can't read it. Wait, am I back here now? Or is this a different area? I think I got lost a little bit. No, been here, haven't I? Yeah, this is the... Is it? Wait. No? I've been here. Have I? I don't know. I went there. It's just similar looking, I guess. Anyway. Oh, what's up there? Okay. Hang on. So... That's locked. Don't know if I can really... No, I can't come up here. Oh, how much there is to explore in this game. What happens if I just die? Probably bad. Let's not die. If we can help it. Yeah, so I went here. Oh, note to Octavia. I can't read this. That's allowed. Dogs into a secret spine, into the case behind the feeder, then turn right at the first fork and the second. And I'm as friend to Octavia made a Lord bless and keep you. I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person, but if I'm right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship only here, but know that you're not alone. If you ever feel like you need someone to pray, there's a special place waiting for you deep in the case behind the feeder. Turn right at the first fork and then again at the second. Okay. Yes. Hi. You don't sound like you want to talk.
Watch your step.
What's your story?
Talk long, but to stay sharp. But families from Solution and Tigris, Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions, the 6th, one they call Ironclads.
How did you end up here?
Same way as everyone else.
Why still wearing your legionary armor?
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it not obvious?
Why don't you have a weapon?
The magistrate made me toss it in the chasm. Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
Not much of a talk, are you?
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
What are you dealing with?
None of your business. Detroit ipsum coming through. If we have to.
You know it?
If I
No
did,
way out of
do you
here.
think we'd be having this conversation?
What do you think about the golden rule?
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
What do you mean? I know the feeling. I lived through a pandemic. Oh. Well. Is it? I guess it's... We know when that takes place and... Well, when the time skip happened. I guess. Or close to it.
Oh, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out. Like the last lot of people who lived here. Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
It's kind of weird how I've now played 2 games recently that deal with the fact that they were made during a pandemic. very different games though. In both in tone and in style and everything. But it's really weird that, you know, yeah, that's just reality now, and we've been doing this for a few years, and yeah, some games are gonna reference it, and then it gets, you never know when it's gonna be referenced, or how, or why, or yeah, but it's clearly gonna come up a lot. It's, you know, something everybody knows about, something everybody has to deal with, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting how games are gonna integrate it, how they, like, if they are gonna either ignore it, haven't, play around with the fact that it's happening or has happened, depending on when it's supposed to take place in the game. But the weird thing about that is that we're still not done. We're still not done with it, really. Far from it, I would say. And it's weird. It still feels weird that, you know, it's being referenced so early in a way. I know it's on our minds all the time, obviously, but you know, we use games as escapism, right? I don't want to be reminded of it if I can't help it. I obviously know what's going on and take precautions, but I also want to just play a game about this time travel Roman thingy magic, you know, without having to think about that. But then, oops, suddenly it's there. It's hard to escape, but it is what it is. It's that, you know. Hey, we live in a weird time. What do you think is coming?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking? Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right. I think you're paranoid.
Don't tell me you're one of those golden rule deniers like Meliodas. Get lost, vampire.
Okay. These statues. I mean, well,
Salve.
oh, you again.
Ah, it's you again. Hope you're settling in, friend. Now, what's on your mind?
What's the story?
Well, it's a long one and kind of sad, but I don't mind telling it.
I have time.
I'm a farmer. Always happy. I grew up in a small village in Britannia, Camulodunum, with my parents and 2 little sisters. Lovely part of the world. One day, when I was about 20, my father and I were in the top paddock, loading our cart, when some Roman legionaries came along, demanding produce for their men. My father told me to run into the house for his axe, and so I did. I sprinted so fast I almost threw up, but by the time I got back, he was bleeding out on the ground, and our cart was empty. That was my first encounter with the legions. My mother died of a broken heart soon after, and things went downhill from there. I took over the farmstead, but I was young. It was a struggle. More raiding started before too long. We'd come outside in the morning to find animals missing, our stores pillaged. These legion thugs just took whatever they wanted. One night, when my sisters and I had nothing left to steal, there was a knock at the door. I knew who they were, and what they wanted. I got my father's old axe, pulled the door open real quick, and before that soldier knew it, split his face right down the middle. But there were more of them. I never saw how many, because the next thing I knew, I was waking up with a mouth full of dirt and lungs full of smoke. My home was reduced to ash. My sisters, dead. And they left me alive to see what they'd done. Still burns whenever I think about it.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't the only one this happened to. It wasn't long before Boudica led thousands of Britons in a rebellion against the Romans. Unfortunately, there were just too many of them. And those of us who survived, they enslaved. So, then I found myself being transported all the way to Rome, to be sold to the highest bidder. I spent a few years working for my new master, learning the Romans' ways, Romanized my name and everything. Tried to escape a couple of times, but they always found me, and I'd just end up right back where I was. I'd probably still be there too, if it wasn't for the stampedes breaking out. You see, about 7 months ago, an enormous fire broke out in Rome. Everybody was running down towards the river, screaming and shouting. Never seen anything like it. Human beings acting like cattle. I got swept up with them somehow, and the rest is a blur. The next thing I knew, some stranger was dragging me out of a river. Stumbled across this place and started my life over again.
I'm glad things worked out in the end. Can't speak.
That's what I thought too, for a while. But it seems the gods aren't done tormenting me yet. See, I finally had my own farm again, safe from the grasping hands of the Romans. Or so I thought. Until Sentius the Decurion demanded I hand over all my produce. It's for the good of us all, he says. Only he takes the best bits for himself, of course. He even told me if I refuse his demands, I'll break the golden rule. I'm not sure I believe him, but then, what if he's right? So, it turns out our dear old magistrate is no better than the Legion thugs who took everything from me. I'm right back where I began. But don't you worry, Nemesis is waiting. And he'll get his, one day. He'll get his. Forget I said that last part, will you? I get carried away sometimes.
Sure, lie. We'll see.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Was there something else you wanted to talk about?
Do you know way out of here?
As much as I'd love to get out of here, the harvest's always more fruitful in another man's field, isn't it? But Scintilla, Sentius's daughter, went missing a few weeks back. Could be she found a way out. If anyone knows for sure, it'll be her sister, Sentia. But she'd never tell the likes of me.
What do you think about the golden rule?
Oh, I don't give it much thought these days. I mean, everybody here's got their own view about what we need to do to survive. But I say, let's spend less time arguing about what it means to be good and just get on with it, you know?
What do you think about the election?
I can't see how I could vote for either candidate. I don't like Sentius much, but Malleolus is almost as bad. Even I could do a better job. Me, a farmer. And I've never given a speech or put on a toga in my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say that neither option seems very good right now. But, well, it's elections. It's never a great option. Only meh and
Alright, see you around.
You know, it's like what is it in South Park? Giant dudes and turd sandwich or something like that. I forgot what it is, but you know, it's never a good option. So yeah, it's one of those zip lines, huh? So you won't give it to me, huh? Only if I reset time, which I don't want to because I don't want to steal. Talk to you.
What now?
Can we talk about Scintilla?
What business is that of yours?
I'm
A
looking for
lot
her.
of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
Sometimes precise help. Sounds like you don't want me looking for her.
No, it's not that. We all care for Scintilla. She is, or was, a lovely young woman. But I learned long ago not to dwell on things beyond my control. Or to try not to, anyway. But I don't want to seem obstructive. If you have questions, ask away.
Did you notice anything suspicious about Sandra missing? And know what you did to her, Bluff.
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose. Fine. Alright. Please keep an eye out for anything that...
Right. Wonder if the whisper is her.
Fortune smile on you, sister.
Could be. Don't know why we're hearing it though. What's this here? Garum or Gahum, a fermented fish sauce used as a condiment. It gives us a faint, salty aroma. Delicious. I wouldn't want to live in this time period. You know, if anything, at least we have a lot of better things than that these days. Oh, I can take this. Am I allowed? I'm allowed. 201 coin. I don't know what I can use the coin for, but well, sure we'll figure it out eventually. That was all here. This random corner. Not a coin pouch. A person of gold. Oh, okay, graffiti. The psycho pump deceives us all. I don't know what that means. Keep wanting that to be the run button. Maybe you can change that. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Crouch and sprint. I want crouch to be done. Well, jump. I can't make a jump. What would I like jump to be? Thinking about it. Crouch. I won't be crouching a lot, so maybe that. Jump. Ease jump. Do I want? Zoom. Yeah, 3. Maybe this is okay. Yes. Let's see here. I gotta hold it. Ugh. Let's, yeah. Can you toggle hold? Anyway, I don't know if you can. I don't want to hold L3 to run. That's never like doing that. Maybe it's best it's on the buttons it was before. Yeah, let's just reset it to defaults, honestly. Alright, whatever. That was a waste of time. Yeah, I think this the way this game works. Oh, it also Jesus. Reset and inverted. Alright. Hey. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, you know, this game is not one where I think it's important enough, like, whatever, you know? Where am I going? A little lost. Can I go in here? Hi.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
What happened? Someone to chat. Should I come back later?
No. Now it's fine. I can't afford to wallow here. And I need the distraction. What's on your mind?
What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Something I can do to help.
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetic Amphitutor and scratching his eyes out.
This will prioritize the quest showing its objective markers only. Okay, I'll get right to it. I'll see what I can do. Let's into stock. So, okay. So that means I'll do it immediately. Well, I don't want to commit to anything right now, considering it's so early. I don't know. Does it matter? I don't know. I'll see what I can do. What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Nevia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
How did you end up here?
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked, and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's alright. Say what you will about this place, at least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
Why are you working out of a shrine?
Oh, this shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Sure. Tell me more about Nevia.
Well, she used to run the
Nevia.
clinic. She
Oh.
was a midwife, not a physician. but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good, too. Until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Oh, come on. Talk about something else.
He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off, and I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, I suppose.
Do you know where out of here?
I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
What do you think about the
A
golden ball?
city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Keep hearing the statues whispering. Is that normal?
Oh no. Sorry, I don't mean to worry you, but no, that is definitely not normal. There was one other person who claimed she could hear the statues talking to her. But that was Nevia, and she went a little mad.
Tell me more about Nevia.
Well, she used to run the clinic. She was a midwife,
Oh.
not a physician. But she was the closest thing we had
Yeah.
until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about
Yeah.
the golden. This changes the last time I
Okay.
saw her. And then she shut herself in the... She's been gone so long now, we figured... But I really wish I could reach her.
Yeah,
One of my
it's the
patients
same.
is
So some things do lead to the same thing, interestingly. But let's say who, because we didn't say that before.
I really shouldn't say.
Yeah, I
He
thought
wouldn't
so.
like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing
that's
his
the thing.
temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Nevia would know how to treat him.
Yeah, I think it's the same. Okay, what happens if I do say that?
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Let
think
me know
it's-
how you go.
Okay, just
Feeling alright?
doesn't commit to anything really, just maybe says, okay, go and do that now and then come back and talk to you later. It's what it's doing, I think. Doesn't mean anything else. Oh god.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Do you think she was poisoned or was it self-inflicted? Do you know what poisoned her? Is there any reason why she might want to die?
I haven't seen her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas' villa, and they are quite secretive.
Do you know what poisoned her?
Hemlock, I believe.
Do you think she was poisoned or was it self-inflicted?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it. Gladly.
I'll be going now.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Statue of Apollo. The last stone statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things. A wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Medical tools. A collection of prey looking medical implements, including forceps and shears. A chest we can't go into.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Oh. Okay. I can search Julian here, but there's nothing to find. Alright.
May Apollo keep you safe.
That's locked, huh? Yeah, maybe I'll stop now. It's kind, yeah, it's definitely a slower paced game because it's mostly talking. I'm sure things, there's gonna be some things to do later. Like they say, we can get a weapon and such, so I assume there's some kind of combat and probably limited though, from what I gather. From what I've heard about the game, it's mostly about talking to people and stuff. Like, it's very story focused from what I heard. Stone mill, it looks like flour and grain are poured in from above and ground between the stones as the hands are rotated. One recipe for bread. Simple recipe for baking bread. So this one you can't look at. You have to read like that. You can't do the simplified view or whatever you want to call it. Which is odd. I don't know why, but there you go. But it literally just seems to be how to bake bread. So that's cool. I don't know why. Loaf of bread. I thought it was a hat for a second. It looks like a hat. A single loaf of bread designed to be pulled apart into wedges. It appears to be freely available to anyone who wants it. I guess I'll take it. Who made this bread? I don't know. Tap X for guide towards your picks of mana. I don't know what it means. Don't see any indication of that. Maybe it's because I gotta track a specific one, maybe? Is that why? Well, when I click, yeah. What? I don't know, whatever. Bottle of Sylphium Lesson, extremely valuable instrument remedy for various afflictions. So you can steal it. That's what I needed, right? But I don't want to steal it. That's not my style. And also it will trigger the event, the golden rule. And that's just annoying. A bust. Sculpture of Minerva, the woman goddess of strategy. Shopping list. List of things Decius plans to buy once he's escaped. Okay. Villa in the 17 room. 2 horse chariot. Seat on the Senate. 4 horse chariot. Villa on the Bay of Naples. 10 horse chariot. 12 slave girls. Pale and blonde. Well. Good shopping list there. Yes. Nobody's around here. Sculpt Aries. Oh, okay, we've seen Aries before. I look at this thingy. Yeah, I think I'll stop here though. Did I look in here? Oh, I didn't. Okay, let me look in here first. Bellows, the pair of bellows which belong into the furnace and help raise the heat. Shovel. Seen that before. Oh, it's just note of insinuating that Virgil is a sinner. Virgil, I know who you are and what you want. Turn away from this path before we all suffer for your sins. Virgil, do you really want to be responsible for the sin that destroys us all? Oh, wait, there's a note. Accusatory note. Consider the Virgil as a sinner. Virgil, they may not see you yet, but I want you to know I see you. Interesting. Oh, anvil. From an anvil, it looks odd without a horn, but that must be a modern innovation. What is the point of that anyway? I always wondered. Like, my guess was always like stability or something. Like, it makes whatever you put on it more stable somehow, because I don't know. Physics is a reason. Collection of dyes. Dyes for coloring clothing. These appear to have been extracted from plants and insects. And a chest. Nothing else in here, it seems, so that I can tell. I might be missing stuff, but so be it. Right, I think I looked at every house or building. Yeah. Alright, next time we will continue looking around the city. I mean, that's the game. Really look around, talk to people. It's kind of what I was expecting, and that's fine. It's a different kind of game that I haven't really played on channel, so yeah. I'm intrigued still. I want to where this goes, and talking to people, seeing what they have to say. There's mysteries, quests, you know. It definitely has that DNA of a Skyrim or something, you know, RPG style questing stuff. Definitely has that feel. But yeah, that's it. See you next time.